Hello my loves. Right, I've purposely done this to my gloves, all will be revealed. I received a package from Yoyogi, I think that's how you pronounce it. So there was some builder gel in clear and pink and some embellishments. I use Swarovski crystals, so I won't use those because I already have tons of Swarovski. So there was some glitters, some fibre stuff. I think I might put some of these bits aside for a giveaway because there are a lot of things that I already have or don't use. A ton of gel polish, which I will swatch, and some Polygel. Now, I am going to be using the Polygel and these forms. You know the Poppit things? It's those. I've never used them before. So I thought we could have a go at that. So we get to grips with looking at their Polygel and also at me using Poppits, which I can assure you is going to be highly entertaining. It's a good job you couldn't hear me there because there was a lot of swear words. Right, I've prepped my nails. They're all done. I'll just close my windows. Hairy planes going past. So the first thing I'm going to do is size up the Poppits. Now I am of the understanding that they must fully fit the nail so that you've got space for product. So that's what I've learnt by looking at how other people do it. So I'm making sure there's no gaps and that it's a good fit. I was quite excited about this. I don't know if you've ever tried Poppits, let me know how you found them. Or if you've ever tried Yoyogi stuff. I can't even pronounce it. What I did feel like is that some of the bits were identical to stuff I'd been sent before. So, from other companies, so it was kind of like the same stuff. I'm using my Madam Glam Polygel tool because I just love it. So I'm using that. I should really buy myself a backup. And I'm using my little pot with some isopropyl alcohol in. Got that pot from the pound shop. Yes. I always clean both ends. Right, so this is the Polygel. I was just looking to see if it had the cure times on it. This is the transparent pink, and when I looked at it in the pot, I thought that looked quite good. But when I came to use the product, well, I'll show you. It's easier to show than to tell. Right, so I'm using their base coat. I presume it has to have their base coat with it. So I'm using their base coat. And then I'm going to cure that in my LED lamp. So once that's done, now bear in mind this is the first time I've used Poppit, so don't laugh. Well, you will laugh, it's inevitable. So I'm looking at it and lining it up thinking, okay, how high am I going to go? What am I going to do? And all these things. So I better get the product out really. Out comes the product. Gasp. What colour is that? What? Look, that's not what I was expecting. That's like red. I was expecting a nice transparent pink. That's very red. So I thought, well, I've got quite a lot of product there. I better smooth it out because it might look better when it's smoothed out. It might just be quite a pink pigment, but it's still very on the red side. Some people might love that, but I wasn't expecting it. It's smoothed out nicely. I think I'm doing it right, okay? I haven't done this before. I normally just apply Polygel normally. So these Poppit things are all new to me. So I'm just working it and hopefully doing it right, basically. I'm then going to apply it to my nail in the same as you would like if you were putting a tip down so that you don't get air bubbles, so kind of like rock it down, which worked quite well. And then any little overspill, I start moving. The only problem is it started slipping around. So I'd go and move it, and then maybe I was too rough, but it kept moving and slipping down the nails. Then I had to push it back up again, and I faffed about for ages. Some of it was out of shot, so I couldn't show you. But I was looking at it thinking, well, if I can just get this in place and get it to stay in place, it will cure and it'll be all right. So we've cured it. And I'm wiggling it off. This is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The fact that it just pops off, that in itself is quite cool. But oh dear, Have you seen how thick it is? Look what I did. Look what I did. That's my error. I am stupid. So let's try the other nail. Let's try again. Yeah. So again, base coat, nice layer of base coat, cure it in the lamp. La-di-da. Transparent pink. I'm sorry, I don't like the colour, I'll be honest. I've tried it thick, I've tried it thin, it is still red. To me. I have transparent pinks and light pinks, and they just don't have as much red pigment in them. So I wouldn't, even if I was miraculously able to do really good Poppit nails with the Polygel, I wouldn't personally be able to use this colour because it just didn't look right on me. So I'm working thinner this time, less product, because clearly I used way too much last time. What did I make? Kind of like a step of Polygel, like a Polygel step. You can imagine like a small borrower, you know the borrowers, if you're in the UK, you will know what I'm talking about. They could climb up it. Okay, so I'm just checking it against the length of the other one and just patting it into place. And then I'm going to apply, I can't get over how thick that nail is. I was like, for fuck's sake! Ah! Okay, so we're gonna work thinner this time, but I'm still seeing a lot of red in that pigment in comparison to pink. We're going to place it down, same motion. I had the same issue again. Maybe I shouldn't have used the base coat. I don't know, but it was sliding off, and I faffed about with it again, holding it on. I kept going out of shot. I apologise, but eventually we got there and I cured it. And here's me removing it, and it's still it's not thick at all, but it's still too red to wear, and it just doesn't look very nice. But I thought, you know, I'll file them into shape, and I used my E-file to get rid of that horrible step. So I just went underneath it with the E-file, but I'm going to hand file it into shape and have a little look. The process of the Poppits is pretty cool if you can nail what you're doing. Like, it takes a bit of practice. I've never touched them before, so I was pretty crap at it. But I don't like the colour of this particular Polygel. And I did not find it any easier using Poppits. I probably would have been quicker sculpting or going over a tip. But then some people really struggle with using tips or sculpting, and they swear by the Poppits. So everybody is entitled to their own opinion. And, you know, I'm definitely not bashing using Poppits because, like, I've watched people do them and they look amazing. I just can't do them very well. I just can't. This one's not too bad, in all honesty, but I just don't, the colour is not transparent pink, in my opinion. I would have rather a softer tone than this kind of, it looks a bit like Vimto when you dilute it, which is my kids drink Vimto, it's nice, it's a fruit drink. I'm yet to try the other products. I will when I've got some time. I mean, the Polygel is itself easy to use, okay, easy to file, easy, like no problem with the Polygel and its use, or the Poppits. I just don't like, I don't think that transparent pink is a very accurate description, and it should be like transparent red really, and I'm not very good at using Poppits, so that's not their fault, that's my fault. But I was going to try and do something with these, but I really couldn't just get on with them, so I ended up just removing them straight away, which is a shame because I had another plan, but I couldn't use that colour as a base colour because I was going to do an ombre now using, you know, the transparent pink as the kind of neutral, but I couldn't do it because even when they're cleaned up and filed, they just look too red. Even the thin one is just patchy and red. So I decided against that. So we've removed them. So I've put in a bit of footage of me removing, because I keep getting asked if I like my Valentino and if I find it good. So I thought I'd show you me using it. So this is my Valentino dust extractor. I'll put the link from where you can get it from in the description box. I'm not sticking my finger up at you. So, I mean, the good thing about Polygel is it's super easy to remove and it files beautifully, and I can't fault them on that. It just wasn't my kind of colour, and I am stupidly bad at applying those Poppit things. But I thought I'm going to show you the footage because we all deserve a good laugh. So until my next video, tally bye!